Hello creatives, welcome back. I'm Angela, a graphic designer and an illustrator for all of you who are new here. And happy Halloween. If you are watching this on the day it is going live on Halloween. So happy Halloween. And well, there's always something going on this channel. I already filmed all this and my camera decided to have a corrupt file. So my intro is now this. It's always interesting over here, isn't it? So we're gonna dive into Illustrator and we're gonna create some typographical posters. I'm gonna start with this pumpkin shape that I have, and let's just choose our pencil tool and draw a line through the center of it. And we're gonna make these all type-based. So we're gonna take our shape. I'm gonna open up my Pathfinder window here. I'm just gonna pull it out so you guys can see it better. Under Pathfinder, you can also find this under Window, and it's in alphabetical order for you all. Just choose Pathfinder. So under Pathfinders, there is this bottom row here. We're gonna choose the first icon, which is intersect, and that is what we want. Select that with the two shapes selected, the line and the pumpkin shape. Now, all we have to do is ungroup it. So you can go to Object, Ungroup, or use your keyboard shortcut, deselect it. We'll just separate these two shapes, just like so. There's our little pumpkin. And now, let's just choose our type tool, and let's type down, hello, hello. This is not going to be the font that we are going to use. I do not want it to be Myriad Pro, that is the default. I have a beautiful font that I love to use. It's called Ice Cream. It is a free font. You can find it, I believe, on Google Fonts. Duplicate that by holding down Alt and Shift, clicking and dragging down to make a duplicate. Type in pumpkin down here. Hello, pumpkin. Decrease this a little bit, put it over the shape, set these in place. We're gonna set the typefaces to the back with the shapes on top of them. And we're gonna do an envelope distort. Go to Object, Arrange, Send to Back. If you don't know your shortcut for sending items to the back, select these top two shapes here, the hello and the top shape of the pumpkin. Go to Object, Envelope Distort, and make with top object, and it will envelop the text within the shape of the pumpkin. That makes it a really cute and warped font here. Do that same thing for the bottom. Let's select our hello. We can even change this to a different color. Let's change it to the color of the pumpkin, shall we? So I have my swatches here. Just change it to that orange. Exit all the way out of the envelope distort by pressing the top arrow up there in the top left. Do the same thing to the bottom. I'm going to change this before I do the envelope distort. You can do it before or after, it really doesn't matter. And then we're going to select both of those bottom objects, the typeface and the bottom of the pumpkin. Choose envelope distort, make with top object. I'm going to pull this down here. Let me move this out of the way. And let's do a few more. Let's do a background. Let's try this pink. I did pre-select all my color swatches before in my color story, but let's see what this pink looks like. I don't really think that works with the orange. Let's change it to green. Okay, that looks much better. Everything is manipulating and distorting type. So I'm going to take both of these, duplicate it over, just pressing Control-C, Control-V, or Command-C, Command-V if you're on Mac. Group them together, just shrink them down over here, change them up slightly. You can also release the envelope distort on this. I'm going to fix my shape here because it looked off. So you can always release the envelope distort and then envelope distort with and make it with top object again. So if you ever mess up, you can always redo it. And instead of hello pumpkin for this one, let's change it to oh my gourd. I think it's pretty funny. Change the color of it to that yellow that I have over here. You can choose whatever color you like. I'm going to utilize my keyboard shortcuts to be able to do the make with top object envelope distort. And you can always double tap in and change these up, move them about, change the way they are orientated. I'm going to rotate some of these. They have a little bit more movement to them. There we go. So we have these two cute phrases here. I'm going to do a few more duplications. I'm going to put some in the four corners, I think. Rotate this one. It does change up the type when you do that, so you can always double tap in, change the colors. Let's escape out of here. You can select the arrow to escape, or you can just press the escape on your keyboard. It's a little bit too dark. Let's change the color to a lighter one. I'm gonna go back down to like 76 here for this pink. Whatever you do to the top, you do to the bottom. It looks a lot better. Okay, feel free to modify your typefaces as much as you want. Change up your fonts, rotate them as much as you want for your desired look. Let's do a kind of like a cream color. Let's add a little yellow. Let's add a little magenta to make like this nice cream color that'll go with our color palette. Add it as a swatch. That's looking really quite good. I like the way that's going. All right, I'm gonna expand this one so much more. Let's duplicate another Hello Pumpkin over in this corner to give us some balance, because our emphasis is obviously in the center, but we do need a little bit of balance here. I didn't want this to be asymmetrical. Let's change this one up. I think I want to do more of a lighter yellow to this one like we did with the pink. That's 76%. Yeah, that's looking good. Now let's do one more trick. Take the Hello Pumpkin that we created at the beginning here in the center, duplicate it. Press Ctrl C, Ctrl F, hold down Alt and Shift, and click and drag a corner and shrink it down. Let's make this into a really dark orange. So let's choose our orange. Go into CMYK, and let's just add some black to this. Let's add about 20% black. And I'm going to duplicate that center one, Control C, Control F, and then I'm going to bring the color down to about 80%. We have it nice and bright on top. Take that middle Hello Pumpkin shape and the very small one in the back, and let's blend them together. So go to Object, Blend Options, Specified Steps. I'm going to start with 22. Object, Blend, and Make. It gives you a really nice 3D look. I don't think I have enough steps here, so I'm gonna go back into my blend options and increase this to about 40, just to make it look a bit smoother. That looks a lot better. Our top one here, I'm gonna change that color, go into our color guide, and choose a lighter version of our orange. Let's do this one. Let's see how that looks. There we go. That's exactly what I was looking for. Okay, it really pops off of the page. I'm just gonna distort some of these selections up here from the Oh My Gourd and the Hello Pumpkin. We have a really fun poster full of movement. Let's move on to the next one, because we can take some of these concepts and take it further. I'm just going to type down spooky here in my ice cream font, but let's choose a more simple font. I like Bebasnu. Increase the size of it here. Let's make it that pink color that we tried before and distort this font. In just a second, let's try a background color. Should we try black? Orange might work well, but let's try black first. Send that to the back. There we go. Let's expand our font and distort it. I'm holding down Alt, pulling it as much as I possibly can to fill up the page. Spooky. We can do a few things here. We can go into our effect option up here on the top toolbar and do a distort effect. Or there's also a tool over here on the left toolbar as well. Underneath the width tool, you have all these different types of tools. You have a scallop tool, which does this. And there's also a few others in there. Let's switch this over to Warp Tool. And you can do this manually. Pull your text like so. I'm not very steady with this, but the Warp Tool is quite fun. So you can make it look like that. Different variations. You can do as many different layers as you want. And let's go up to Effect on the top toolbar. Go to Warp, and then we're going to choose Wave. With this option, you don't have to keep it in horizontal mode. You can select vertical, and it will give you this really fun wavy movement of the font. You can change up the slider bars here to your desired effects. I'm gonna pull mine all the way over here to the left slightly, and we get this really fun, wavy, spooky text. This is still live text. I did not expand it. So you can change up whatever the word is. If you want to make a few of these, let's create a cute little ghost because, you know, Halloween. So let's make a little ghost here with the pen tool. And I did not make that very well. Make them a little cuter. Move some points around. Let's increase the stroke size. There we go. Let's take our typeface and let's type out ghouls. Ghosts and ghouls. Let's shrink this down a little bit and put it within our little ghost. Modify our little ghost shape a little bit so it fits better. Like both of these. Envelop, distort, and make with top objects. Make sure that your text is at the bottom. We have our ghouls that look like a ghost. Duplicate this across here and just add some more of them around our poster. And what's great is we can even double tap in here, and instead of it being ghouls, we can type ghosts and it will change it to ghosts for us because the text is still alive. Ghosts and ghouls. We can take this a step further. Let's duplicate this word spooky and put it in that light creamy pinky color that we had before. The dark pink in the back, we can take that and shrink it all the way down. And you know what we're gonna do next? We're gonna blend them. Let's go to Object, Blend, and Make. It looks really spooky now. This looks great. I don't know, do we like it like that or shall we take that off? It looks kind of creepier that way. And we can do something very similar and make the ghouls and the ghosts look like they're coming off the page as well. It can make it look very haunted house-like, if you will, by copying one of these and pulling them off of the page and blending them together. By Object, Blend, and Make, select one, give it a gray stroke line, and change up the blending options. And with the blend options, you can also reverse them. Reverse it front to back. So whatever is going to be in the front is going to be now in the back by going to Object, Blend, and Reverse Front to Back. And we can zoom all the way in here and change up how it looks, moving it all around, and really make it look like it stands out. So we have our ghosts levitating off of the page. So you get a lot of movement and a lot of play throughout all of this. I think this makes it look so much more alive. We can do one more. Like we can make something really interesting. Like we did with the ghosts and the ghouls, we can do that individually with letters. We can take a letter. Let's duplicate it across. Control C, Control V. I'm gonna give it a stroke of black. And I'm gonna blend these two together. So I'm gonna do this until I am satisfied with how it is going. Spooky skeleton. If you wanna increase the size, you can double tap into the blend, choose the top shape, and then you can increase it in size. That makes it go from a bigger size to a smaller size. So if you forget to do that in the beginning, you can always go back in and do that after. I think this is gonna be so fascinating. You can make this with any kind of message you want. If you really like the anti-design style, this would definitely be something that's like right up your alley. These don't have to be straight lines either. Like you can select the path, make it curved. And this is selecting the blend path. You can select the blend pathway either by selecting the blend itself on your artboard and selecting the point selection tool or going into your layers panel, because the layers panel will always give you, under blend, it will always give you 3 layers within the blend layer, and those 3 layers is your first shape, your second shape, and then the blend path. And the blend path is always on the top, so it's very easy to find. And you can choose a completely different color scheme as well. You do not have to choose the same color scheme that I have chosen. It looks like staircases. It basically just looks staircases, like everything's stepping up into each other. And you have a really cool poster that looks like this. You guys let me know in the comments what you think about this. There we go. So we have some really cool posters for the Halloween season. I hope you all enjoyed this video and got to learn a few new tricks for your typography posters. Get creative with distorting type. Share with me anything that you create. Just go ahead and tag me at Angela Designs Things on Instagram and show me what you make. I will be posting these on Instagram today on Halloween. Make sure that you have a very safe and fun Halloween if you are celebrating, and I will see you all in my next video. See you soon, creatives.